7 signs you're dealing with an evil person. If you have ever looked at someone and thought they must be ruled by the devil, you might not have been far off the mark. People are a lot more evil than we tend to think, and sometimes they are so seasoned at what they do that it takes us years to realize just how evil they really are. But it's not your fault. They are master manipulators. They take every advantage of people to get their way, get the things they want, and leave people feeling lost and broken. There are many of them out there, and you might be interacting with an evil person regularly, but you've just decided to label them a jerk. Are people inherently good or evil? What makes someone evil? And what makes them good? These are questions humanity has grappled with for more than thousands of years. From the philosophers of ancient Greece up until today, humans have always wondered about matters of morality and virtue. While it can be comforting to believe that all of us are good deep down inside, and that we shouldn't define ourselves based on our worst mistakes, there's no denying that there are really some people out there who seem beyond redemption. An evil person is vile, immoral, and abusive. They don't seem to have a conscience and feel no empathy or remorse for their wrongdoings. This is the kind of person you'd never want to cross paths with. It is easy to believe that all human beings are inherently good people with good intentions, but sadly that is not always the case. Although the good surely outweighs the bad, it is important to be able to spot the bad and avoid their destructive behavior. Now more than ever, it is easier for evil people to blend into society. Watch for these warning signs that you are dealing with an evil person. 1. They are very dishonest. Lying can be an altruistic pursuit used to protect people and prevent conflicts from escalating. This is simply not the case with evil people. More often than not, these people will lace lies together just because they feel like juicing up a story, even if it means adding details that didn't exist or speaking on behalf of someone without consent. When caught, they will either lie some more and provide countless reasons to validate that lie, or just ignore you completely. Bottom line is, these people lie to your face because they do not value your trust or your friendship. Pathological lying is another easy way to spot the evil in a person. Do they have a bad habit of constantly lying to you? Do you find them denying things you already know to be true? A few white lies from time to time may be forgivable, but when you start to wonder if anything this certain person is saying is even true, then there may be something more sinister going on. They may be lying or keeping things from you to keep you from getting upset, disagreeing with them, or leaving them. An evil person has no moral qualms with lying to get ahead or getting what they want. Some of them even lie just for the fun of it. 2. Other people warn you about them. When others caution you against a certain person or warn you to stay away from them, then that's a definite red flag. Even though we may want to give them the benefit of the doubt or believe that it's all just a misunderstanding, there's no denying the signs. Pay close attention to what other people have to say about that particular person, because chances are, what happened to them will happen to you, too, if you're not careful. 3. They enjoy watching other people in pain. If they laugh or smile even slightly at the thought or sight of someone suffering, this could mean trouble. Generally, we think that karma can be a laughing matter, but when someone genuinely seems tickled pink about someone else's pain, they might be evil. This reaction is actually known as schadenfreude. It's defined as exquisite joy and smug satisfaction from contemplating and reveling in the misfortune of others. No one should look down on someone's pain for the gain of pleasure for themselves. It might be a disaster on the news or a dramatic situation in front of them. They seem to delight in misfortune, to relish the bad feelings of other people. All the times that an evil person has been hurt in their life falls away when bad things happen to other people. The real danger here is that they could create bad situations for you and others in their life in order to be able to enjoy the misfortune that they create. It is important to recognize who they are before terrible things happen to you and the people they love. If horrible things happening is all that can help them feel better, you can't salvage or save them. 4. You feel very strange around them. It's been pretty well demonstrated that each of our bodies emits an energy field. Why that is, we're not totally clear on. It could serve as an intuitive defense system, but in the same way that if you eat bad food it shows on your skin. If you're evil on the inside, It shows up in your energy field. This might be why evil people give you a creepy feeling without them having actually done anything evil to you at all. Who they are on the inside can be picked up in their subtle energy field by your energy field. Oftentimes, the surest sign that someone is evil is that you just don't feel right around them. You get creepy feelings and can't quite put your finger on it. You might sound crazy to people listening to you talk about it, but don't deny the way the evil people in our world make you feel. Trust your gut and don't worry about it steering you wrong. If you get the wrong sense about someone, apologize. 5. They intentionally provoke and mislead people. Successfully lying and being smug about it is one thing, but manipulating other people's feelings is a whole different kind of sinister. The problem is that these provocations and white lies are done so subtly you wouldn't even recognize them. Take this for example. You skipped a day of school or work because of a family emergency. When you asked how your professor or boss took your absence, the person will blow things out of proportion because they want to worry you. You end up feeling guilty and anxious, even though there is no reason to be. The only time evil people will care about you is when they're considering how you fit into their plans. Evil people are incredibly manipulative, and the bummer thing is you won't realize it until the deed is done. A classic example is when a person bails on you so you can complete an activity by yourself before the actual activity. People like this can mislead you into thinking that they will be good partners. They will goad you into sharing ideas and feign reliability. When it's time to put in some hours, they will create countless excuses and make you feel horrible for confronting them. If there are evil people in your life who manipulate you like this, it's essential to learn how to stand up for yourself, because you do have a choice to end this cycle of pain and misery. In fact, when it comes to relationships, you might be surprised to hear that there's one very important connection you've probably been overlooking. 6. They don't feel guilty or remorse. Let's say you were having a bad day and took it out on your partner. Maybe you were kind of cranky or didn't feel like hearing about their problems. This happens and is usually followed up by some pretty intense guilt, right? Well, with cold-hearted people, the remorse never comes. Their brains simply lack the circuitry to process such emotions, wrote Mike Adams on naturalnews.com. This allows them to betray people, threaten people, or harm people without giving it a second thought. 7. They are mean to others. Why would one human being be mean or cruel to another human being? Aren't we all just trying to get through this life together? It turns out that evil people take a great deal of joy in hurting other people, and if your friend is always stabbing someone in the back, chances are they are not really your friend at all. They are extremely difficult to deal with. How to deal with evil people? When it comes to dealing with evil people, I think the first thing you need to do is evaluate whether or not it's worth engaging with them. If there's someone that's not really important in your life, it's better to just avoid or cut them off altogether. However, it's much more complicated when there's someone you're close to. They might be a family member, a close friend, or an intimate partner. You see, people who are evil are hard to change. You cannot fix them, and most of them lack the self-awareness to even admit that they need to change. So don't entertain any notions of trying to change them. Understand why an evil person is attracted to you. Evil people will always see flaws in others that they are unwilling to acknowledge in themselves. This is known as projection. For example, you might be the nicest, most giving, hardest working person on the planet. Still, toxic people will try to twist you into believing you're a liar, unfair, unpleasant, or slacker. You see it for what it is. Even if they don't, you know the truth. Be clear about your boundaries because evil people lie. You can't satisfy everyone, but an evil person will have you believe that you can't help anyone. Hence, you strain yourself further and try your best to please people. Trust us, it's draining. Before you realize it, toxic individuals will have destroyed your healthy boundaries and burned them away. So know precisely what you'll accept, what you want, and why. This will allow you to choose how far you're prepared to let someone infringe on your boundaries before it's no longer worthwhile. Be prepared to listen to that inner voice that warns you when something isn't right. It's strong and rarely incorrect. It doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is whether it's appropriate or not for you. So let that determine your reaction and who's in and who's out as far as possible. Don't expect change. Evil people can't be reasoned with. You just can't do it. That's one of the features that makes them so dangerous. First, decide where you stand and then keep your ground. After that, you don't have to do anything more. After that, they will try to force you to bend, flex, and break at the seams because you have an open heart. The idea that someone may misunderstand you, disapprove of you, or hate you might get to you. But keep in mind that you're not dealing with someone concerned with what's good for your relationship. It'll always be about them, and that is not changing anytime soon. So these were 7 signs that you are dealing with a toxic person. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you get notified as soon as we upload a video. And I'll see you in next one.